Hey, my name is Sai, and I'm gonna be, talking about documenting my experience on testosterone for the next year or two or three or whatever, however long I decide to stay on hormones. Really quick, a little bit about me. I am 24. I am currently going back to school to work in education. I Other fun facts. Oh, right. I identify as genderqueer and transmasculine. I very strongly hold on to my genderqueer identity, and I think that was something that was really scary for me as far as like starting HRT and what that was going to do for my identity. But I think it will give me more freedom to kind of express myself. Like I was telling someone, I was like, if I saw myself as a boy, I'm either going to be like a lumberjacky type bear one day and then wear crop tops and short shorts the next. And like people are just going to have to deal. I can't wear crop tops to grad school, but maybe on the weekends. Let's see. Someone was like, I'm like an androgynous bear prince with a light smattering of body hair. And that seems to be pretty accurate as far as like my gender identity and the way I see it manifesting itself goes. When I started hormones, I got them through my insurance. I was really lucky to have a job that covered pretty much all of every trans healthcare, some of the best trans healthcare coverage. I currently live in California and I was working in California, so like that's pretty much like a big deal there. When I got my prescription, it, took them a second to give me my referral, but once that happened, it was like, okay, cool, here's your referral. I went and met with my endo, and she's like, hey, we can start you today, which was great. I just had to get her a letter for my insurance company, but not for her. She didn't care. Excuse me. It's late, and I've been packing all day. I'm getting ready to move across the country and start my grad program. But before I do that, my parents are moving, so I'm just going crazy, packing up everything. Let's see. So yeah, my doctor gave me that shot that day when I was prescribed, and she gave me a 100 milligram shot, which is pretty much what she said was going to be the standard dose that she prescribes to all of her patients bi-weekly, and that I could switch the gel, which I opted to do because I could never give myself a shot. Needles make me nervous. In fact, the nurse who did my blood work that previous week, I almost passed out and went into shock, so that was like not good. And then the person who did the shot that day, usually I don't have a good track record. The last person who gave me a shot that I could actually see, I tried to punch. Yeah, not into needles. No. So Androgel is great. This is the box. This is what it looks like. It is Androgel 1.62. It's the stuff that you see on the commercials for the old guys. I think it's really kind of hilarious that like they prescribe this stuff for old guys, and I'm like, I'm not an old guy, but I'm using it. So the way this works is I'm on a 40.5 milligram dose every day. So you don't get the same instant changes that you get when you spike onto shots and they kind of taper out. It's a little bit more of a daily dose, so it's very constant, which I was looking for. Slower transition, much more noticeable to me, so I can track it and see how my body comfort is going, because really for me, and I think for a lot of trans folks I know, transitioning is about being comfortable in your body and in your skin, and so this is how it's going to be the most comfortable for me. So the way that works is I put two pumps in my hand, and then I rub it on my shoulders and then on my sides. And what this has done is basically it feels like I'm rubbing hand sanitizer onto my body. Not a big fan of this sensation, but like whatever, it'll get over it. Let's see. So this is week 2 going on week 3. And the only change I've noticed really is that I'm very warm. Like really, really warm all the time. Like the air conditioning's on and I'm like, okay, somebody I opened the window and had a fan on and I'm still warm. My partner makes fun of me. I used to be a really big cuddle hog. It's like, you're in bed next to me and I want to cuddle you. It's great. And now I want nothing to do with them. They are like, what happened to wanting to cuddle? And I'm like, no, get off me. I could never, which has been kind of interesting. Other changes, not too many as far as like body changes, but it's been 2 weeks, so I can't really expect much. I'm probably not looking to see anything until like maybe starting to see stuff around 6 weeks or so. So we'll see. Yeah, body changes, not so much. Heat changes. I'm hungry all the time. But I really wonder if that's not due to the workout program that I'm kind of doing right now. I'm doing something called it's a 5x5. So, you have 2 different workouts that alternate different exercises, and it's looking at, your bigger lifts. So squat, deadlift, bench press, overhead press, and I think bench press. Did I say that? I think I did. But so like, there's not a whole lot of like other supplementary work. A lot of the other stuff gets worked out when you do those things. I will say that I can feel my back getting a little wider, but I think that has to do more with the working out, not so much with the testosterone. So we'll see if things change and grow. When I do that, I'll probably like measure or something like that once I get to about a month on hormones, just to see like what my body changes have been over the last month. Warmth, hunger, yeah, nothing else fancy yet. My face hasn't changed, my hair hasn't changed, my voice hasn't dropped. I'm not too worried. I was doing the natural transitioning for about 2 years before. So I think the initial changes that folks see as far as like facial hair growth, voice dropping, muscle mass, I had already seen, just because of the way that was going. I was working out pretty much 5 times a week for like an hour and a half a day. Like, it was really intense. And one of the reasons why I started medically transitioning was just because it was not feasible for my life. I was, working really ridiculous hours, and, I had a partner now, and I hadn't had one in a while, and so it was things like my standard of life was just like going and leaving me. And I also knew that with grad school, it's kind of hard to sustain working out for long periods of time and getting work done and having a job. So I was just like, yeah, medical transition might work out for me. Other than that, excuse me, there aren't too many changes. I'm looking forward to seeing where things go. I met with my therapist, and she went ahead and wrote me my letters. So when I start my insurance through school, my letters for HRT to continue on androgel, and for top surgery, which can happen. So hopefully that will happen soon. I've been binding for 3.5 years, and I'm hopefully looking forward to not binding shortly. So we'll see if that will happen anytime soon. Yeah, so that was the 2-week video. Shout outs to my T-twin, the red panda, who started testosterone 2 days before I did. So we essentially we're T-twins. It's fine. Same changes, really similar, both genderqueer, they rock. And other shout outs to my bro friend Evan. Love you, dude. Like, I'm so excited. Like, you are the berriest otter bear cub thing that I've seen, and it's great, and it's lovely. The thing behind that is that I made them give me a shout out in every one of their videos, so to return the favor, you can have what's in mine. Alright, and I'll see y'all next week.